Hi, everybody online. What a fun way for me to introduce myself to you. How are you guys? It's really dark and beautiful in the classroom, and it seems like you can see me well enough, so I'm not going to turn on more lights because it's just kind of a sweet energy. But welcome to the first new moon ritual of 2018, and we're going to get started with a bang. This isn't a new moon in Libra. This isn't a new moon, and even in Taurus. This is a new moon in Capricorn, which means put your big girl panties on, put your big boy shorts on. It is time to imagine what you can achieve, because Capricorn is all about achievement. And I want to say something about January, and then I want to say something about February. We have 3 lunar rituals in January, right? We have 2 full moons. We have a full moon and a blue moon and a new moon. In February, we have 1 new moon ritual, and that's it. That's it. So here's what I want you to know about February. Are you ready? You're your own light in February. Think about that. We will have a new moon, a full moon at the end of January, and then not again until March. You are your own light in February. And the universe has been preparing you for this. You're ready. You're ready to shine your own lantern. You're ready to, BYOL, okay, in February. Nobody's going to bring the light for you. And what does that remind you of? It reminds me of the Hermit from the major arcana of the tarot. Did anybody take my tarot classes last year? I taught you about the Hermit. By the way, if you ever want to learn the major arcana, I think I did a good job of teaching all the major arcana last year, and you can always go back and learn that way if you really want to learn the tarot. The major arcana are archetypal cards. They're really important. When you pull a major arcana card in tarot read, that tells you, that's an anchor for you. That's a major energy flow into that reading. And so I taught the major arcana last year, and the Hermit's a really interesting one, because what the Hermit shows us is sometimes we have to trust our own intuition. Sometimes we have to be the brave one that's going to go out ahead and light the way, because others are going to follow us. And that is leadership, but it's spiritual leadership. And that, I think, is what February is all about this year. It's about you figuring out what your own source of light is and trusting it, because there's going to be no other source for you. Isn't that interesting about February? Right? Okay, so I'm going to smudge. I have a couple of treats for you tonight. I was telling everybody in the room, but let me tell you all online. I'm really excited. I wrote a new directional invocation for 2018, which we are posting in our groups for you and on the event page, so that you have it, so you don't have to write it down or anything. It's just for you. And then I wrote a little piece for you tonight called When the Moon Goes Dark in Capricorn. Which is my translation of the lunar energies for tonight. So I'm going to read to you for a minute, and I hope that you're going to enjoy that. Okay, so Capricorn is a tough place for the moon. She's all watery and feminine and flowing, and Capricorn puts a hand up. Stop right here, okay? And that's because Capricorn has one goal in life. What is that? In the room online? No, that's Virgo. Virgo's only goal in life is to work. Yeah. Virgo doesn't care whether they're successful. That's not Virgo's goal, because Virgo is the virgin and Virgo's here to be of service. So whether Virgo is successful is not important to them. Virgo works for the sake of work. Capricorn works for the sake of success, okay? If Capricorn doesn't ring the bell, it's a fail, okay? So Capricorn, if they're in school, they want to get the highest degree, the highest award. If they are in education, bless you, they want to have the highest office in education. If they are in politics, they want to be president of the United States. Whatever they do, they want to achieve. So if you're a Capricorn, that's partly about you being here to succeed. And the pressure that comes with that makes me feel really bad for people sometimes. You know what I mean? Like I'm a Leo and I don't have to succeed, although my North Node's in Capricorn, which means that's actually do you know about evolutionary astrology, your North Node and South Node? I taught this in sabbatical this year. It's very interesting. I can't sort of digress too much here, but your North Node is actually what you're here to do in this life karmically. And your South Node is what you were here to do in your last life. So your south node tells you what you did last time, and your north node tells you what you're here to do this time. So my north node is in Capricorn. So my purpose for being here is to succeed, but because I'm a Leo, I'm here to do that and have fun and dance a little bit and make noise. So how you succeed is inflected through your sun sign, which is kind of a fun little tidbit. Okay, so, and by the way, you can find out all the information about your north node, have your natal chart run. It's a very good investment of your time. But that's what tonight's new moon is all about. So tonight is setting an intention for achievement in 2018. And Capricorn is the sign of empire building. So the question I just asked in the room, but I'm going to ask you here is, what are you creating in 2018? And here's the question that Capricorn asks, and I'll read this to you in just a minute too. Are you dreaming big enough? Are you dreaming big enough? The universe dreams bigger than we do, because the universe, think about it this way, the universe sees this, you know, in our lives, the universe sees the whole big picture. We see this because our lives are kind of small and our vision's kind of small. And so we dream really small. So we're dreaming to the full capacity of this, right? And the universe is like, really, that's it? Because they're, you know, the guides and everything are looking out here, like all this other possibility, but you're down here. So learn to open your aperture. Do you know what I mean? Like throw that lens wide, flipping open. Because here's the thing, if you're not going to, who's going to do that for you? Do you really have people in your life who are around you all the time going, nope, you're not dreaming big enough. Nope, you're capable of more than that. No, you probably have people in your life who are like, get real, or, you know, is that really going to happen? Or because the universe is full of naysayers. My mom used to say, toot your own horn. And it's kind of an old-fashioned saying, but I actually think it's really true. As a Leo, obviously, it resonated with me. But if you're not going to toot your horn, for God's sake, who else is going to do it? Maybe you have a lot of cheerleaders in your life, and I'm happy for you, but most of us don't. So toot your little horn tonight. And I'm not asking you to toot it to me, but you better toot it up high to someone who's listening, because this is one of the only opportunities. Norma's like, toot, 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 toot. I love it. Some of us are not afraid. Not afraid. But here's the thing, you know what I mean? Be proud of who you are. Be proud of what you do. There is something that you do that nobody else can do. Let me tell you in the room, there is something that you do that no one else can do. And you were put on this planet to do it. And if you don't do it, that is a violation of your gifts, in my opinion, if you don't live into that potential. So tonight, you know what? And if you want to put in the feed, I'm awesome and my gift is this and I'm really good at this, I really will indulge you and not judge you, because I would actually love to know what you're awesome at and what you're going to do more of. I think that's what we should be talking about tonight. I love that so much. Okay. So achievement, empire building. Here's the other thing Capricorn does. You ready? They're willing to give up love to succeed. Have you noticed that about Capricorns? At the end of the day, if you ask a Capricorn, do you want love or success? What do they choose? Every time. Unless they're well balanced. Like let's say they have a big giant Pisces moon. They're going to say love. But if they have any other influence, other earth sign influences, don't shake your head at me. I know you're not a Capricorn. Get out of town. I know. No, for me too. I'm like love all day long, right? Woo. Capricorn's going to choose success every time. So under this new moon, just remember you have to seek balance. There's too much Capricorn influence, too much of that Saturnian influence, which rules Capricorn, will have your priorities out of whack. Because at the end of the day, if you don't have people who love you, does it all really matter? No. That's why we need Pisces and Cancer and people with all of that to remind us. So good. Okay. So happy new moon. I'm really happy to see you. I'm very glad that you're here. Okay. I want you to roll your shoulders back. Take a nice deep breath. Open that rib cage. Woo. When we're in a new moon phase, I've only been doing new moons with you for a couple of months now, but hopefully you're enjoying it. I'm loving it. When you're in a new moon phase, be mindful of your thoughts, because you are co-creating now in a more powerful way than you ever are before. So no negative self-talk, no negative self-chatter, no what if stuff. Just give it 24 to 48 hours and you can come back to the self-doubt. But just for tonight, I want you to really dream a big dream. And I don't care if you share it. You don't have to. Just let it live in your heart for a minute. I don't care if it's realistic. I don't care if you can't afford it. I I don't care if it's in another state. I don't care if it's in another country. Honestly, it doesn't matter what it is. If it's in your heart, it's been planted there and you can manifest it. And I believe that. I have seen absolute miracles happen. Absolute miracles happen. Okay, so roll your shoulders back. Let me read to you for a moment. When the moon is dark in Capricorn, you may feel alone and at elevation, because that is how dear Capricorn spends most of her days, on a solitary winding path with only her ambition to guide her. When the moon loses her light in this sign of singular devotion to achievement, she uses her watery magic to illuminate the path towards service, conviction, and truth. Here, Luna does her best to facilitate flow for the purposes of expanding the empire, opening her energetic arms wide to facilitate and offer you a blank canvas of possibility, asking you just one question. Are you dreaming big enough? Oh, come on. Are you really dreaming big enough? Capricorn does not play small, and Capricorn also plays for keeps. What do you wish to accomplish in this year before December 31st, 2018? And what mark on this planet will you leave long after you fade to bone? When your great-grandchildren speak your name one day, what will they say about you? Capricorn wants to ask you this tough question on this dark night because Capricorn doesn't care if you struggle. Everyone must struggle in their quest for truth and evolution. Go ahead and face your fears tonight, but face them with courage and solid self-esteem, for Capricorn is the queen of self-love. She knows her worth, and she's not going to let you question it or undermine it. So tonight, take a cue from Capricorn's power. As Luna sits here, say to yourself, even quietly, I am queen. I am the ruler of my life, and I am the builder of empires. I am the creatress of magic and the curator of mystery in my own life, and I am good at what only I can do. I have unique gifts, and it is in fact my destiny to share them with the world. When Luna is dark in Capricorn, she isn't going to let you forget that you are born of greatness. In fact, you're destined for it. And no one and no thing can prevent you from manifesting more of your beauty in the world. When the moon is dark in Capricorn, she isn't going to hug you or snuggle you or comfort you at all. She's going to kick your ass 3 steps forward on this path that you chose for yourself. And she's going to remind you that only you can limit your potential. Will you listen to those who tell you to play small? Good. Me neither. Such is the medicine of the newest moon in the heaviest and eldest sign of the zodiac. Here we are in the domain of the grandfathers of all of our lines, and the grandfathers are afraid of nothing. They're capable of everything, and they remember who you are. Carry the grandfather's legacy forward now and always with love, and with a little bit of careful recklessness too. Amen. Aho, and on we go. Okay. So good. Don't cry yet. You haven't even started to manifest. Hold the tears for the good stuff. Okay. Roll your shoulders back one more time. Hands on your knees, palms facing up. Good receptive position for energy work. Make yourself nice and comfortable. Whew. I love that. It's so good. I don't have to train you guys how to be queens. You're already quite proficient at that skill. So tonight is your night. And so now we open the circle. So I want you to imagine that out of your left hand extends a beautiful beam of white light, about 4 to 6 inches in diameter. And let your left hand just get really warm as it holds that beautiful beam of light. It's amazing that you can call light into your hand at any time, but you can. It's a gift that you have. And let that beam of light extend out of your left hand toward the person seated next to you, virtually or in person. It'll enter their right hand, make its way up their arm and through their energetic column, all the way through their chakras and out of their left hand. And so clockwise, our circle of light will extend tonight, crossing bodies of water, countries and continents, space and time to unite us. And when that energy comes back, it'll come back to you in your right hand. And then both your hands will feel warm. Just let that energy flow through you, knowing that that energy is the desire and the presence of every person who's gathered tonight live. Our classroom is full, and you guys are all there online. Just let all of the sweet medicine and wishes and intentions, Luna's own darkness and her own mystery and her own creativity, let it flow through you tonight as you hold the energy of our circle in your hands. And then just close your eyes as I read our new directional invocation for you. Ancestors, we turn our faces in your direction tonight as we enter the temple of all time, engaging your presence, learning your lessons, working your magic, releasing your grief. May your lessons be learned. May your spirits rest. May you know peace. My heart still beats, and so does yours. And so with you, I walk forward down this long road that we chose so long ago. Ascended masters and star beings, guardians, wise ones, those who know and those who have always been, those who watch and those who tend, the one who created all, in whose likeness and essence we are made. We bow tonight in gratitude. We face your directions with gratitude, and the work continues. And as above, so below, as within, so without, as we wish, so shall it be. Aho. To the east, we turn in gratitude in recognition of the birth of all we know, love, and enjoy. Tides and seasons, cycles all begin with you, guardians of the east. And we thank you tonight for the gift of the breath of life. Touch the citrine, breathe the chamomile, taste the lemon, feel the air. East, we see you, we sense you, and we thank you for your presence in the circle tonight. To the south, we turn. In search of power, passion, strength, our endeavors, our desires, our creations, our children, our projects, our gifts are birthed with you, guardians of the south. And we thank you tonight for the gift of hunger and desire. Touch the carnelian, breathe the ginger, taste the cinnamon, feel the fire. South, we see you, we sense you. We thank you for your presence in the circle tonight. To the west, we turn in search of healing, emotional strength, so that we can release what no longer serves us tonight, old patterns, old ways of being that need to return to dust, into the deep waters of Gaia's womb. Guardians of the West, we thank you tonight for the gift of release. Touch the iolite, breathe the yarrow, taste the fennel, feel the water. West, we see you, we sense you. We thank you for your presence in the circle tonight. To the north, we turn in search of grounding, comfort. We are looking for home. We're looking for an anchor to remind us that we can always return to safety at any time. And the grandfathers are here waiting for us, guardians of the north. And we thank you tonight for the gift of protection. Touch the petrified wood of the magic forest. Breathe the patchouli, taste the mushroom. Feel the earth beneath your feet and the dirt inside of your toes. North, we see you, we sense you. We thank you for your presence in the circle tonight. And my wish for you tonight, my brothers and sisters, as always, is that the precious balance of these four elements will make itself known to you. And together we say, Amen, Aho, and so it is. Okay. So tonight, I'm so excited. I was kind of buzzing from getting ready to share that with you. So thank you for letting me. It was very channeled. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Okay. So tonight, here's what you're going to do. Everybody in the classroom has had a little practice. If you were here, I'd stick you with a glass of wine and make you practice too. But you're online. And that's just as good, in fact. You're going to make 2 statements tonight. Are you ready? And it's easy, and yet it's incredibly difficult. And in fact, in the classroom here, it took a couple times, didn't it? Because I want to suggest, and I'm learning this from everybody who's in the room, but I want to suggest 2 rounds of tonight. You ready? 1 round where you just say all the things, because you have to get it out. Don't you think? Like each one of you who articulated, you needed a round to like express everything. So I'm going to do this. I want to make this. I'm going to have that. Like, you know, just say all the things. And then we're going to do a clarifying round, right? Where I'm going to stop you and say, my name is. You're going to speak your name. And then I claim. And you're going to tighten it up. And here's the thing when you're setting intentions tonight. Are you ready? What you don't want to say is, I will, or I could, or I hope. That's not what we say when we're setting intentions, especially not for achievement. It is, I have and I am. So in the room, it was, I will have a business, someone said. And what she claimed was, I have a business. It already exists. She just has to move into that dimensional awareness and receive it, right? So all she's doing is pulling it forward. She already has the business, hybrid business she's looking to create. She just has to accept it into this dimension. And that can take a few weeks, that can take a few months, but it will happen. If she holds that vision, it will happen. And so I'm going to do 2 rounds with you. And then here's what we're going to do tonight. Because what I have learned, and it's really, really sweet, is Capricorn will take your intention up the mountain for you. You know, the Capricorns in your life, they'll climb it for you. They already have to climb it for themselves. That's why they're here. They don't have a choice. And ask any Capricorn. Sometimes they wish they had a choice, right? They have to climb the mountain. And how sweet that they might be able to climb the mountain and take your intention with them. Wouldn't you do that if you could? I mean, there's a selflessness to Capricorn that they really would do it for you if they can. So tonight we're going to ask the universal Capricorn to take your intention up the mountain for you. You ready for that? Okay. Everybody's congratulating Kevin in the feed. What did you do, Kevin? He passed. Oh my gosh. He manifested today. He passed the veterinary boards. Cheers, Kevin. That's a huge accomplishment. So thank you for letting me publicly celebrate with you with thousands of your closest friends. But I think that's really special. And I think anytime any of us has that achievement, we should all celebrate it together. It's really powerful. And by the way, celebrating other people's achievements, you know that facilitates your own, right? It's when you don't celebrate other people's that the guys are like, oh, really? And push pause on what you're doing. So whenever anybody has something great going on, they kind of wait to see how you're going to react. And if you're all sour grapes, they're like, pass on you for the next round. So don't do that. Congratulations, Kevin. We cheer you tonight. That is fantastic news. Okay, so quiet your mind. I want you to get into that space. I'm going to light my candle. What are you going to achieve in 2018? It can be one big thing, like a big umbrella thing. Maybe there's like a catch-all for you, right? That would kind of include everything you want. Right? So let's say you have a bunch of different healing intentions. Maybe just saying, I am well, encapsulates it all. So you can do big umbrella intention tonight, or you can do really kind of micro intentions, you know, seed the little pieces of it if you want instead. So it's up to you how you want to do it. But really be focused. Like I love it. Pamela's in there saying, I will be on Food Network. Let's try this, Pamela. You ready? I am on Food Network. I don't want that, by the way, universe. I'm not trying to be on Food Network. That's for Pamela. I cannot. You don't want me to cook for you. It's not. It's just best if I don't. It's best if Pamela cooks for us. Let's put it that way. I am not Iron anything. You know what I mean? Like I can't do that. I love Gordon Ramsay though, and I do think he would like me to, but I cannot cook. So anyway, I was manifesting that for Pamela, but in any case, just whatever it is, I am versus I will, right? Don't put it future tense. Keep it right here, right now, so that you can just receive. Okay. So light your candle if you're working with a candle. And the stones for tonight are about strength and intuition. And Amazonite's in there because you have to be able to speak this thing too. Capricorn has a strong voice. Have you noticed? Capricorns always have sexy voices. But they know how to articulate what they want because they wouldn't achieve the way they do if they didn't know how to. So you can choose, if you're struggling with voice issues, work with Amazonite tonight. If you really need to build your intuition around it, work with Tiger's Eye tonight. Your silver jasper is really about organization and getting your crap together, right? So, because I don't know people who manifest a bunch of stuff when they're disorganized. I just don't. Maybe it happens, but you kind of have to get your ducks in a row. That's what this is about. And then your mahogany obsidian is about the strength it's going to take, because there will be times when it's difficult and you're going to have to push through, and nobody can do that for you, right? So you got to do that for yourself. So however you choose to work with your stones tonight, and then your achieve, I'm going to anoint with our perfume, which is bergamot, which is a huge success. Essential oil. If you're not working with bergamot and you're trying to manifest success, you need to, it really is. It's one of the primary, I'm going to stick my hand in my boot because I can't get to my ankle tonight. Honeysuckle is all about money and abundance and success. And then you have carnation, which is communication and creativity and openness and allowing and receiving. And so those are the 3 essential oils that are in your achieve blend. Bergamot's just like, go get it. I love that essential oil so much. Okay. So what I want you to do, and you can speak it out loud, even in the room if you want to. You can write it down or you can say it in your mind. But what I want you to do for the next minute is I want you to get it all out. Talk to your guides in your mind. Write it down. Say it out loud. Because we can have 1,000 micro conversations in the room. I don't care. Get it all out. Because this is the clarifying step. Okay? You can't do the my name is and I claim until you've worked through the rest of it, okay? You want to boil it down, though, to those 2 statements, I am and I claim. So that's the end goal for tonight, okay? So when I say go, you have 60 seconds to work it out. Talk it through. In the room, you can talk to each other, too, if that helps. Ready? Go. All the details. What are you going to do? Who's going to help you? What do you need? You can write down 2. I love it. I'm reading your comments in the feed and just sending strong affirmative energy to everything that you're claiming right now. I love it. Remember, I am. Hello, Annette and Jorge. I see you there. So good to see you guys. I am. Mm-hmm. What does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it smell like? What does it taste like? Where are you? What do you look like? Who's around you? Who's helping you? Who's supporting you? Who's aware of you? Who's working with you? Who's healing you? Who are you healing? How do you feel? What does it look like? What does it taste like? Where are you traveling to? What are you seeing? What are you dreaming about? What are you thinking? What are you feeling? What are you allowing? What are you receiving? So good. Remember, you're fearless here. There's no risk here. All your fears are gone now. This is just you and your creator now. What do you have? Who are you? What do you have? Who are you? Where are you? What's it like there? Who's with you? What do you feel? So good. Okay. Have you worked through? Are you ready for the I am and I claim? One sentence. You ready? So the way we did this in the room, I would invite you to do it the same way. You can say it to yourself. You can write it down or you can speak it out loud. My name is. And give it your full birth name. Your name is the most powerful thing you will ever say. Did you know that? You can literally call yourself back from death with your own name. You can save your own life with your own name. You can calm your entire central nervous system with your own name. So your full name is a powerful thing. My name is, and I claim. And complete that sentence in writing to yourself in the room. I claim. What do you claim? What do you have? Who are you? What do you claim? What do you have? Who are you? What do you claim? What do you have? Who are you? And even more powerfully, who will you help? Who will you be in service to? Who's going to benefit from your gifts? I love it. Claiming passion, claiming truth, claiming your life back from other people, claiming a new year for your family, claiming your womanhood, claiming your financial freedom, claiming health and mental wellness, claiming divine destiny, success, health and peace. So beautiful. Personal power, sustained alignment, service to children, service to family and friends. So beautiful. This is your moment. Once you've done my name is and I claim, the last piece is this or something better. This or something better. You ready? Let's say that out loud together. You ready? Everybody in the room and everybody online on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. This or something better. And then on 3, let's do amen, aho, and so it is together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Amen, aho, and so it is. So beautiful. This or something better. Which I always say is the universal loophole, right? Like let the universe, it knows how to go and do the thing for you. This or something better. Amen, aho, so it is. And let me say universally, I did a beautiful prayer. I actually went around the room. I had everybody lay down before we started and I prayed over them. And my prayer was, this is my prayer for you tonight. May everything that you desire come to pass for you in perfect time and in deep and divine alignment with the will and the highest good of all beings. This or something better for you. Amen, aho, and so it is. Because I always do that for myself. I always say making sure it's in alignment with all beings. Because what I have found is for my whole life, if I manifest something that isn't in alignment with all beings, it isn't something that's sustainable. Do you know what I mean? The universe seeks to create through you, but it's not just creating for you. You're part of a whole, right? So always seek to manifest what you're trying to create in a way that's in alignment with all beings. And I believe that that's true. And I actually believe that your desires are already in alignment with all beings because your desires are seated in you, right? I mean, that's kind of the root of everything. They're seated in your heart. You think it's your idea. It's not your idea. I hate to break it to you, but it's kind of not your idea. As I always say, where you are is an intended place. I really believe that. And I think you're intended to be right here, right now, too. For the highest good of all, may it unfold in perfect time. And I always say, may it unfold in a way that reminds you that magic is real. Aren't those moments beautiful where you're like, you know what? It's real. And forget it if they don't believe it. Because aren't you usually alone in those moments? It's like, those moments where magic is so real. You turn around, you're like, and nobody was here to see it. But I saw it. Even with my kids, I swear when I was little, I saw Santa Claus. I swear I saw him. And so I still tell my kids. And you know what? Because I do. I believe in Santa Claus and fairies. I'm iffy on, sometimes the tooth fairy is sometimes not reliable, but I totally believe. She tries really hard. She gets tired, I think. But I do believe in Santa Claus. You can go ahead and make fun of me for it if you want to, but I may have the only 10-year-old in the world who still believes, but it's because his mom believes, so you can blame me for that. All right. So, are you there? And by there, I mean, have you seen it in your mind? I'm looking at all of you in the room. Have you seen it in your mind? Can you see it? What you're trying to really want to see you. Can you see what you're trying to create? Can you see? I'm sending you a little beam of energy as I cast my gaze. Can you see what you're trying to create? Can you see it? Okay. Can you see it? What you're trying to create? It is beautiful, isn't it? It's really beautiful when you can get there. Now, the real work for you will be to stay there. That's one of my new mantras for 2018. Stay there. Right? We get to this really great place, and we're all seeing it, and then we go out in Muggle land, and it's like 20 minutes later, right? So stay here. Stay right here. And when you need to, this is why we work with the stones. So I want you to choose 2 stones, whatever stones you're working with tonight, because this is why I work with stones. If you want to know why, because guess what stones do? They hold resonance. That's all stones do. They hold it when you can't, and they hold it when you won't. And they hold it when you don't even know what you're doing. I mean, that's the craziest part. Stones hold resonance. That's why they were implanted in our earth. That's why we were meant to discover them in this lifetime. That's why we work with them as magical tools. And by the way, we're not the first ones, right? I mean, I'm writing a book about crystal legends. They go all the way back to the earliest civilization. So I want you to choose 2 that are going to carry that resonance for you. You can choose them intuitively. If you want to know how I do that, by the way, I'm right-handed. So if you really want to choose your stones intuitively, take your non-writing hand and run them over your stones, and your hand will get warm. But it can't be your writing hand, because your writing hand is controlled by your more dominant hemisphere of your brain. So that will take over. The conscious mind will take over. If you want to activate your subconscious, use your non-writing hand. And even when I'm in a metaphysical shop, when I'm in Tucson, people follow me around like I'm Gandalf, but I really am just trying to shop, but I use my non-writing hand, and I can actually scan a whole show and know which shops to go to by using my non-writing hand. But it does look kind of Jedi, I'll admit. But so use your non-writing hand if you need to figure out what stones to work with. Okay, so it's a Masnite. I'm using a Masnite and Tiger's Eye. So I want you to close your eyes, hold your stones. Spirit guides, ancestors, light beings, we ask tonight that you transfer the codes for these intentions, for their manifestation, for their creation, for their materialization. We ask that you transfer the codes into these stones, that you activate the codes within these stones, and that you help us to translate these codes to bring these intentions forward into the world. And we ask when these codes are complete, when the work is complete, that you release the codes from the stones so that they can continue their work for us or for someone else in the highest good. Amen. And so it is. There are codes for everything in the universe. The universe operates on the basis of codes. So even your intentions have codes. And sometimes you're not ready to hold those codes, and so your stones can actually be really good recipients of those codes. In fact, they probably already have them. So, but maybe you needed to go through the step of believing it, and so receiving it helps too. I love it. And you just keep, you know what, in the feed, keep claiming, my name is, and I claim this. My name is, and I claim this. And guess what? If you want to continue this overnight, especially those of you in the room, go to the event page. My name is, I claim this. And we will go through, I will read each one out loud into the space for you. It's really beautiful when we can hold this space together and share the intention with each other. Like that is, I think, one of the most beautiful things we can do together, in fact, as energetic beings. So I'm holding the space with you. I love that Nathan's got his galaxite pyramid. That's like that's the mothership. So you've got the right tools. Okay. We give thanks tonight for what is unfolding already for us. And we trust, we have faith. Now all you have to do is wait. and just be patient and excited like a little kid who knows something really great is coming, but you don't know when. It's right around the corner. But you know, the most beautiful thing when I meet someone and they really believe that something great is coming, that's the most beautiful human experience, I think. Like you can tell when people believe that something good is coming. There's like a little bit of a childlike giddiness to them, and you can tell when people have stopped believing because there's a loss. There's almost like a shadow cast, right? They've stopped believing. Maybe they stopped believing when they were kids, or maybe they stopped believing last year. Who knows? But don't stop believing, because something good is coming. You're still here. You're not done. If the story was over, you wouldn't be. And so the story continues, and there's something really beautiful that's going to happen for you this year. And I believe that with all my heart. And more importantly than that, I believe something beautiful is going to happen for our planet. I really do believe that. I think we've been patient. Okay, so when you are ready, I'm going to blow out my candle. And when you are ready, I want you to watch your smoke. And I want you to imagine sending, and watch mine if you don't have one, sending Capricorn up tonight with your desires, or out as the case may be with my smoke. And let Capricorn let the Capricorn energy take your intentions for tonight and carry them off to the universe. Like watching a balloon go up when you're a little kid. And just taking all those wishes and intentions and letting them climb the mountain for us tonight. And we give thanks for blessings already on their way, which I love so much. Okay.
Make a wish, for example, for a family member or somebody too?
So that's a really great question, and I'm glad that you asked it. So the question in the room is, can you make a wish or an intention for someone else, for a family member?
For my son.
For your son. So the answer is no, but. Okay. Because I believe your intentions are pure in your heart. I can feel that your desire in your heart. So I don't think you have any poor intentions, but you have to make an intention for yourself, because even with your children, you cannot manipulate free will, right? Not to say he wouldn't be in alignment with what you want for him, because usually our kids are. What I would say is this: teach your son and ask him to set an intention with you.
26 years old Catholic.
Well, 26 depends on what kind of 26-year-old you're talking about. I know some 26-year-olds who are 40, and I know some who are 15. So it just depends on where they are in that. But that is my guidance to you: is set an intention yourself, and then teach. Because even with my own children, you know, I say, let's set an intention. What do you want to experience? And it's hard sometimes when they're setting an intention and you're sort of like wanting to parentalize it because you think you know better. And a lot of times we do. But only for you. And the other thing is too, if you're setting an intention for a relationship, just make sure you leave that kind of wide open. I always use the example. I always say Joe, but then invariably somebody's like, my partner's name is Joe. So I'm not talking about a person. Okay. I'm just making up like a hypothetical. Let's say you really want a relationship with Joe, but Joe doesn't really want to be with you. So it's not good to say, I set an intention to be with Joe, because Joe would like to maybe go be with another nice person. And so it's hard to say, but maybe so. And so you can open yourself to a new relationship and then let the universe, maybe it's Joe. It might not be Joe. You have to kind of accept that. I always have clients who are like, nope, I want Joe. And I'm like, well, I might not be the best teacher for you. There are teachers for you, but might not be me. And then I take a big step back and I try to get out of the way of that. Okay. Any other questions? That was a great question. I'm really glad you asked it. I appreciate it. Any other questions? Okay. So hands on your knees, palms facing up. We're going to close our circle. The energy of our circle came to you in your right hand. So you're going to release it from your right hand counterclockwise around the circle. Just unwinding all that energy. Letting it all just unwind. It's a question in the feed about what I think is going to happen to the planet this year. Haven't talked much about that yet. Not quite ready yet. There's a lot happening though. In the field, as we say. Guardians of the Northern Gateway, we thank you for attending us in the circle tonight, this first new moon of 2018. We thank you to the grandfathers who protect us and watch over us from afar. We're thankful for the stabilization and the protection and the grounding and the comfort that comes from the north. We release you from your service to the circle tonight, Guardians of the Western Gateway. We've set a lot on your waves tonight, things that we need to release that can't come with us into 2018. And then we have asked for flow tonight to manifest what we seek. And so we're so thankful tonight to the Western Guardians for attending our circle. We release you with love from your service to our circle. Southern Guardians of that Passion Gateway. Fire us up. Season of creation is about to begin, and we feel that, Imbolc is coming, right? On February 1st, Imbolc means in the belly, and that's because most creatures are getting pregnant this week. Ooh. Oh. Whether you are getting pregnant this week or not, that is your business. But in the South, this is a season of passion. In the winter, it's all hidden passion. People are getting busy, but you can't see it. And all of a sudden, they emerge pregnant in the spring. By the wheel of the year, Imbolc is when all of the ewes and all of the animals are pregnant, and then they all give birth at the spring equinox. And so the season begins. We thank you for the courage, the creativity, the passion, the drive, the desire, the juice that keeps us going in the South. We release you from your service to the circle. Guardians of the Eastern Gateway, we thank you for the birth of this 11 year. We thank you for the breath of life. We thank you for our ability to communicate our needs and to be able to think freely and openly about what we can manifest. And we're thankful for birth, and we're thankful for dawn and morning and the energy of beginnings. We release you from your service to the circle this evening. And then you can turn your palms upside down, ground that energy into Gaia herself. Let's shake it off, rub it off, get it out of your system, surrender it to the earth. And Gaia, as we send this beautiful energy to you tonight, please use it to heal our planet. We recognize that so many places on earth right now need this blessing. People need hope and inspiration, and maybe they don't know what we're doing tonight. So please send this energy on our behalf as a tiny beacon of light to those who need it. May they find peace in dark places. May they know that they have brothers and sisters they've never met, and somewhere, someone is tending the flame for them. May they know it in their soul, even if they can't see it with their own eyes. And we give thanks. Naho, and so it is. Bless you. Bless you, bless you, bless you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow. It's a great question. Seth asked in the feed, just out of curiosity, what spirituality you're practicing. A very diverse one. It's a great question, actually. I really appreciate it because, I was raised Christian, and that has stuck with me, I will tell you. So I believe in God. I became pagan, and I studied Wicca for several years before I left that path. And I was only 20 when I surrendered that path. So by the time I was 20, I'm going to be 45 this year, I had sort of explored some different things and dabbled perhaps in some things without care that I should have taken more seriously. And then I ventured off into Native American spirituality, and I consider my practice today primarily shamanic in the sense that I'm really interested in helping people understand the root cause of their trauma. When you are sad or anxious or fearful in this lifetime, it rarely has to do with what's happening right now. It typically has to do with something that happened either when you were much younger or in a previous life. And shamanism allows us to go back through soul retrieval and put the old pieces of you back together to create a unified vision for your life and your path. And I couldn't find that, in Christianity. I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it in the Wiccan path. So anyway, that's where I am today. That's where I've sort of landed, but I always see my own spiritual processes evolving. And I'm doing much more dimensional work outside of 3D now. And I'm not even sure that shamanism encompasses that. So I'm sort of different, but I'm having a really good time. And but you know, I embrace all the paths, right? My husband's Jewish, and I have many customers and clients who are Muslim and Buddhist, and everyone finds themselves here. And I take that as a huge compliment because I think if something is true spiritually, it should resonate with all beings. We all came from the same source creator, and whether you call that God or goddess or whatever you call it, I believe there's one source from which emanates all life. So I'm kind of all the hashtag all the things. Is that should be the short answer? Hashtag all the things. Thank you for being here. Anyway, thank you. I truly am grateful for you. All right. Well, if you're in my classes, you're going to see me for the rest of the week. We got stuff going on tomorrow. We have Arrow Magic. And so I will see you. I leave for Tucson on Tuesday. And then if you don't enjoy my company, next week's going to be hard for you because I'm going to be live online probably 10 times a day, getting really excited to show you things. And so lots of fun giveaways, and all the magic from Tucson starts next week. So we have a lot going on. You're going to see me more in the next 2 weeks than you probably see me in the last 2 months. And I don't know whether to say congratulations or I'm sorry, but I look forward to sharing this whole journey with you. And I'm tremendously, tremendously grateful for you. So aho. Happy New Moon, everyone. May it bless you in all of the ways. I will see you very soon.
Thank you.